discontinue the lies, discontinue life, discontinue the bloodlines. People think that just because there are masses of people, that means or guarantees prosperity, fulfillment, victory. But we have seen throughout history and time that the masses somehow been overtaken by the fear and power, and that's numbers. So make it make sense. Even the animals understand if they operate in packs, they're powerful and they can overthrow their opposition. Elephants, wolves, but when it comes to humans, they're supposed to be a more superior intelligence, intellect. It's like it's the opposite in some cases. Throughout history and time, how did indigenous people get enslaved by few, other than by disease and famine? But before then, when they first landed and meted with each other, how did it happen? It seems like to me, the more masses, the more people that multiply, the more they become more attached to life, and some of them coward to these individuals who overtaking them. So where is the bravery? Only a few stood. Only some stood up over time. The masses, the ones who was oppressed and rebelled and won and fought for some of their land back. But history have shown that few was able to overthrow the masses of many, even though they had numbers and they could easily stampede over the one that oppressed them, but they didn't. It makes no sense to keep birthing people into bondage and slavery, knowing that you're not out of bondage. You're just giving more privileges for some. But the best measure to combating suffering, servitude, forced roles, is to not birth anyone into this world. It still stands. That is the best measure of permanent salvation and peace. Not bringing more, because when you bring more, that doesn't guarantee that the success rate of the people. If anything, it makes you be perceived as a slave race. Because the more of y'all there are, the more opportunity or the chances of them looking at you as a working class. Where we put them to slave them and put them to work. And help them build our temples or whatever we're going to build. Because it's more of them in numbers. They keep multiplying, so why not put them to work? Put them to good use. That's what they see you as. You heard the story of the Spartans or whatever. They may have been few in numbers, but they were able to overthrow their opponents, even though their opponents had more in numbers, because of their defense and how they use their people in numbers, in fewer numbers. So just because it's lesser of y'all does not mean you're going to be defeated. If anything, it probably increases your chances of success. When there's less, there's more. Because history's shown that too. This is why you get populated. And if it all helps, go extinct. But that ensures permanent salvation and peace and victory over suffering, over bondage, over woes, trials and tribulations. That's true victory. A true win. Stampeding over that lie called life.